Hey douchebags, what's going on? It's LandonRemixes here. And finally, welcome to my review of the second studio EP from Froogle. This one is called Surreal Feels. Now, I had never ever heard of Froogle before one of my YouTube commenters had told me to check out this EP. Honestly, going into it, I wasn't really expecting much. Typically, when I have high expectations, it's from a more well-known producer. Now, keep in mind, this is a producer with under 1,000 likes on Facebook, and this producer just happens to be putting out some of the most high-quality experimental electronic music I've heard in the last couple years. Now, that's not to say this is one of my all-time favorite EPs or anything really close to that. Now, I don't mean to say this thing's absolutely perfect, because it's not, but it's definitely taking a step in the right direction, and I really like some of the stylistic elements that Froogle is using with this EP. And especially centered toward a vocalist named Josh Rubin, who's previously collaborated with Froogle a couple times, whose vocal styles kind of remind me a little bit of Yo Mace. It gets a little overbearing hearing him a couple times on this one, especially when he has such a huge appearance in the first track on this EP, Cant Get Away, which was absolutely huge. It's all over the place in terms of electronic music. It's kind of a bit more down-tempo, and you wouldn't really expect it to kind of find it there as an intro track. It combines kind of a trap style. You hear some jazz influences. I really like the lead synth used in this one. I think it's really groovy. Also really love the experimental percussion on this, using the kind of pots and pans style that we've heard from artists like Nightmare and Weewack. The second track, I guess you could probably call my least favorite on the EP, simply because I think the bass line on this one is extremely overwhelming, especially in the drop kind of section in this. Honestly, I think if that would have been cut out and this would have been combined into maybe a little shorter kind of alternative folk kind of sounding track, this would have been fantastic. I think this bass line here really clashes with Bassline Drift's vocals on this, and it really kind of combines into a very weird way. Overall, it's not a bad track, but probably my least favorite appearance on this. On the other hand, we've got Shut Down, which is probably the best produced track on the EP, and I'm definitely going to praise Froogle because this is seriously professional quality sounding material. This track kind of centered a little bit more toward hip-hop. Now, the main issue I have this is probably the rapper on this named Young Fusion, and of course it does tell a story, kind of talking about a guy meeting a girl at a club and some friends and everything, and then they go and get pizza, and then him and his friends get robbed. Although this does tell a story very well, I feel like the way that the verses are oriented basically just sounds like your average kind of freestyle rapper just kind of spitting off whatever comes to mind, and I really wasn't crazy about that. I don't think it fits very well into the EP, but the production on this is absolutely fantastic. So the production on this makes it one of the best ones. I didn't really love the lyricism though. Lucid Dream is kind of your standard chill out kind of electronic song, and I really loved it, kind of with the little trap percussion in the background, but also just bringing this really chill vibe that leads up extremely well to the outro, which once again features Josh Rubin as well as the producer Maps, called Feels Like. Really like the laid-back nature of this, and do like the fact that there is a vocal track following that really chill-out instrumental of Lucid Dream. I really like the percussion patterns on this one, and overall I thought it was an extremely interesting release and worked very well in the context of this EP, where the production sound was trying to go toward a more conceptual sound. I think it definitely worked. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an 8.5. A really solid one. Quick shout out to my little buddy Kento for forwarding me to this EP. Really good job on his part for directing me and kind of knowing which kind of music styles I was into so that I'd be able to listen to this and fully review it. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review. My name is LandonRemixes, and I'll see you later. Peace.